Hello, thank you very much for joining us on Radio Biafra this morning. So I say good morning, good afternoon, and good night depending on where you are joining us from. This is Sunrise on Radio Biafra London 102.1 FM. My name is Sochima Mbanali. Sochima Mbanali is from Isu in Olu province of Biafra land. And I must say it is an absolute pleasure to be with you here every morning from 5 to 7 a.m. Biafra time. Our religion is Biafra. And here on Radio Biafra is where we worship. Because this is where we conscientize ourselves. This is where we motivate ourselves. You can join us on FM radio at 102.1 FM. 102.1 FM. We are streaming live on satellite and on various apps such as Radio Biafra and IPOB Community Radio. These are easy to download apps straight from your app store and very easy to use, very low data usage. Download IPOB Community Radio and Radio Biafra now to listen to the Gospel of Redemption. We are also streaming live on our websites ipob.org and radiobiafra.co. ipob.org and radiobiafra.co. Once more, I welcome you to this wonderful day. Today is the 9th day of May in the year 2024. And today is Thursday, 9th day of May 2024. I welcome you very much to this wonderful day. I welcome you to this very, very special day. Today is a special day. You have never seen a day like this before. No one can ever say, I have seen this day before. You have not. I have not. That is why tomorrow belongs to nobody. All we have is today. All we have is today. Doesn't belong to anybody. You know, empires rise and fall. Empires as mighty as the Roman Empire, came to a point where it became impossible to maintain. It became impossible for it to stand. And what happened? It came to an end. They broke into smaller units. In as much as I sometimes do not agree to the concept that the Roman Empire totally perished or totally died, I would say that what we have today, I'm saying this because what we have today, the trouble we have in this world today is as a result of this same empire, the Roman Empire. When you look at the troubles that we have today, you still understand that these people are just broken components of the Roman Empire. For example, Britain, Britannia, is a component of the Roman Empire. As a matter of fact, there is information that by the time those who are Britain, those who went to the Isles, went there, that there were natives there, and that pogrom was committed. We are where we are because of how Britain has been able to dominate the affairs of Nigeria. Britain created Nigeria for their own benefit. For their own benefit. We have countries like France, these are remnants of the Roman Empire. Therefore, when we say that the Roman Empire ended, we must also put into perception that these other places, these other countries that are in charge of our lives today, that are the ones making sure that our lives are a living hell, these were once called collectively the Roman Empire. And today, a British citizen is in the DSS dungeon. A British citizen is in the DSS dungeon, and for 3 years now, Britain has done absolutely nothing to ensure that this corrupt government of Nigeria, to ensure that this country called Nigeria, the lawlessness is brought to the fore of the international community. The truth of the matter is that IPOB stands for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. He committed no crime known to law. The Nigeria government must obey the ruling of its own courts that declared that the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his continued incarceration is illegal and a crime against humanity. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya on June 19, 2021. He was tortured in Kenya for 8 days before he was brought into Nigeria, the process called extraordinary rendition, international kidnapping. And since brought into Nigeria, he has been in solitary confinement at the DSS solitary facility in Abuja. On the 20th of July 2022, the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention joined their voice with countless others. Joined their voice with others like different courts of competent jurisdiction in Nigeria, including their own high court. And they declared that the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a violation of international human rights conventions. And they also called for his unconditional release. Now, all these pronouncements until today have continued to fall on deaf ears. Nigeria government has continued to blatantly ignore them, ignore the rulings of their own courts. Not one, not two. The Supreme Court of Nigeria made it clear that as much as they do not have the guts to make a sound ruling, but they understand extraordinary rendition, what it is, and that it is a crime against the Nigerian law, against international law. The Supreme Court of Nigeria made it clear. The Appeal Court of Nigeria discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, giving instructions that he should not be tried in any court in Nigeria on those ridiculous charges, that he shouldn't be tried in any court in Nigeria again. Now, instead of obeying their own law, instead of obeying their own court, instead of obeying the international community, instead the Nigeria government have continued to inflict severe physical and psychological torture on the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, this is a government that on 14th of September 2017 tried to assassinate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu despite the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their own court. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was supposed to appear in their own court hours later. But the Nigeria government invaded his home at Afaruku Ibeku in a despicable manner because they wanted to kill him using the instrumentality of the state. It is clear that the Nigerian state is designed to kill the indigenous people in that contraption. It is clear that the design of the Nigerian state by the oppressors, by the slave masters, by the colonialists, those who descended from the Roman Empire, their reason for the formation of Nigeria is clear, and it is to bring an end to those who are Nigerians, to bring an end to those who are indigenous to Nigeria. On the 14th of September 2017, the Nigeria government tried to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They tried to assassinate him. Thankfully, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu managed to escape. But the Nigeria government killed at least 28 people, men and women, at his family home, the home of his parents. The parents were there at that very day. They killed at least 28 people, including the family dog. That is to show you how merciless the Nigeria government is, the army, the police, and the rest of them are. Not only did they kill 28 people at his home, they left different mass graves, all over 7 mass graves scattered across that area, at least 7 scattered across our land. What did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do? Now, this is the bone of contention. What crime did this man commit? Their own court have said, this man, you did not commit any crime. Why are you being persecuted? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any crime, no to law. Simply giving Nigeria solution to its problems. Presenting Nigeria solution to the numerous foundational problems that for decades have been plaguing Nigeria. This is the only thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did that warranted the Nigeria government to say that they want to kill him. Problems such as corruption, problems such as political instability, problems such as human rights abuses, problems such as economic mismanagement, problems such as ethnic tension, and so many more. These problems, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu presented a solution, one solution. One solution. It is not solution that is as perhaps should I say so many that it is troubling to handle. No, just one solution, simple solution to all these problems. One would expect that a country that wants to survive would accept this solution. Will actually applaud citizens for bringing solution to the problem of their country. Not to talk of somebody who is a British citizen, not a citizen of Nigeria, bringing solution to the Nigerian problem. But no, rather the Nigeria government went to Kenya and abducted him. Because these problems are foundational problems of Nigeria. And they understand that these foundational problems, this is why they are there. Without these problems, these people called Nigeria government, all the people in charge of Nigeria, will not be able to find themselves in that position. They would not have found themselves in that position. So in order to maintain their position which they use to oppress the people, the position of tyranny, in order to maintain it, they had to say the power cannot go to the people, that democracy cannot be practiced in Nigeria. In as much as it goes with a democratic country, it practices something entirely different from democracy. These are foundational problems that brought these leaders where they are today, called the leaders of Nigeria. Now, let me show you this news. This is from Gisco. It says Tinubu's government demanded $150 million bribe to make illegal Nigerian charges go away. Binance CEO. Now, if you understand the idea of Nigeria and how their court cases go, especially that instituted by the government, you'll find out that most times the cases that the government levy against people are usually illegal. The government create illegal cases and charge people illegally. For instance, look at the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that I had just mentioned. And this post here clearly indicates that this is how the Nigeria government, those in the position of government, operate. Some time ago, they said to us that they spend over 500 million naira to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court. That every time he comes to court, they spend over 500 million naira. Now you ask them, what is this money for? Is the DSS not getting enough money, enough budget for them to run effectively? Now, one of the consequences of being DSS is that you do not have the right to keep any person, especially in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they do not have the right to keep him in DSS dungeon. They do not have the right to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon. Now the 500 million naira, what is it for? You find out that this is an opportunity for them to loot as much as possible. So they create problems and then create a solution that will take your arm, a solution that will take your legs, a solution that will never be permanent, like the miracles they perform in their institutions. A solution they provide is one that will bring money to their pocket. It says Tinubu's government demanded 150 million naira dollar bribe, not even naira, $150 million bribe to make illegal Nigeria charges go away. This is from Binance CEO. Do not forget that Binance, one of those arrested from Binance, managed to pay bribe and escape. He managed to escape from Nigeria jail. This is how Nigeria is. Let me read this news. It says Nigerian government officials have been accused of soliciting bribes to the tune of $150 million from global cryptocurrency giant Binance, the firm's executive said on Tuesday. Richard Teng said the Tinubu administration was keen on extracting the large sum from the company in order to make the recent fraud charges go away, shortly after a meeting was held with Nigerian lawmakers. It was not immediately clear whether or not lawmakers took part in demanding the alleged bribes. The company first disclosed the amount of the bribes to the New York Times. Mr. Teng and other Binance executives have insisted the allegations were meritless and illegal and vowed not to be strong-armed into making any illegal payment. A significant payment in cryptocurrency to be paid in secret within 48 hours to make these issues go away, Mr. Teng wrote in a blog post posted on Binance website Tuesday. The message from the Nigerian government is clear. The Binance chief executive added, "We must detain an innocent middle-level employee and a former U.S. federal agent and place him in a dangerous prison in order to control Binance." Binance said it was asked to pay the alleged bribe into a secret crypto account on its exchange. Binance had previously informed People's Gazette that it wouldn't yield to demand to pay a ransom over the matter. A spokesperson for the Nigerian National Security Agency did not immediately return a request seeking comments. A spokesperson for the Nigerian Parliament, which has launched a committee to probe the charges against Binance, declined comments on Tuesday morning. A spokesperson for Binance did not immediately return a request seeking clarification about the identities of those involved in soliciting the bribes. Binance and Nigeria have been locked in a fierce legal battle since Tigran Gambaryan, an official with the crypto giant, was arrested in February. National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu assumed responsibility for the detention, accusing the company of driving down the value of Nigerian naira, among other economic sabotage claims. Binance has denied all the charges, and other officials initially detained with Mr. Gambaryan escaped custody days after they were detained. Mr. Gambaryan has been facing charges before a federal court in Abuja, the Nigerian capital, as his wife and children continue to mount pressure on U.S. authorities to help free the American citizen, whom they say did nothing wrong. This is Nigeria for you. So they took bribe and released the other accused, the other guy that was the other person that was detained with Gambaryan. They took bribe and released him. So now they saw that since they could pay, therefore they gave them another bill. No, you must pay $150 million to be released. This is how Nigeria works. Remember that the president of Nigeria, Tinubu, was caught on camera sharing money to APC members in dollars. Do you forget the video of APC members showing off the dollars that they got from the president, from Tinubu, in order for them to give him their vote? This is the state of affairs in Nigeria. This is the type of country that wants us to be part of it, yet does not want any sort of growth. The solution that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu presented to Nigeria is a United Nations supervised referendum for the indigenous people of Biafra to decide our fate. This is as indicated in the United Nations Charter, which Nigeria is a signatory to. Today, just like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, thousands of Biafrans are illegally held at different Nigeria government dungeons. So rather than Nigeria to respond to our call for a United Nations supervised referendum, a democratic process, Nigeria government unleashed criminality and terror against us. And this terrorism, state-sponsored, prompted the formation of the Eastern Security Network to safeguard our forest. The Eastern Security Network to safeguard our parents in the farms, to safeguard us in the farms. Just like they have in Yoruba land, Amotekun is there, safeguarding their people, safeguarding their forest from terrorists. Terrorists that are even sponsored by the government. Because of the wonderful job the Eastern Security Network is doing, this is why we are safe today. This is why we can go to farm and not be killed, and not be raped, and not have our farms destroyed. Therefore, I want to encourage each and every one of us. I want to encourage every lover of freedom. Please support the Eastern Security Network as much as you can. Please make sure that you support these wonderful men and women. Make sure that you support these wonderful people so as to keep our land safe. And then I want to also remind you that it is time for us to go back to the farm. Go back to farming. It doesn't mean for you to go back to farming is for us to make millions and billions from farming. First, start with providing food for yourself. Those who have the capacity to make profit out of it, make money, I'm talking about making it in a commercial level, then you do that. Those who do not, take care of yourself first. You cannot say that you love yourself when you cannot take care of yourself. You cannot say that you love yourself until you learn to take care of yourself. Now let us go back to farming. It doesn't matter how much we have in our pockets. Somebody else needs that. In your village, are people stealing and looting because of what? Because they enjoy it? No, not because they enjoy it. It is because there is hunger. It is because there is hunger, massive hunger. It is because there is not even enough money for them to buy and afford food. Therefore, it is important that we plant. It is important that we plant and take care of everyone around us. Reduce the cost of food. Even planting reduces the cost of food. It is important that we engage in that activity. Now, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has declared May 30, 2024 as a sit-at-home day across the southeast, across Biafra land, to celebrate Biafran soldiers, Biafran men and women who sacrificed their lives, who gave up everything, sacrificed their lives for us to be here today in defense of our lives. This day, 30th of May, as we all know, is a day set aside every year. Set aside every year to celebrate the men and women who died to save us, who died in war 1967 to 1970, who died before that protecting our interest, who died even as we are speaking. People are fighting, protecting our interest. These people are the saints, and come 30th May, we must honor them. And I also want to say that we do not have to wait until 30th May. Individually and perhaps different groups can start organizing different activities, can start organizing different events, different things in order to further sensitize our people on what is happening. And those of us who are not living in Biafra land, those of us who are in diaspora, knows that on the 30th of May, we gather, we protest, we give our information, we have a procedure, we have a process on that very day. Therefore, I want to remind each and every one of us, it is time for us to do our own duty and to respect ourselves. Respect ourselves, because when we respect the dead, we are respecting ourselves. When we respect the dead, we are saying that when we go to the world beyond, we have to also be respected. It is not news, it is nothing new for us to say that we have no hope or faith in the Nigerian court system. The Nigerian court system is cash and carry. If you have money, if you have what it takes, the money, then you can fund your way out of jail. Then you can fund your way out of jail. The case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has made it clear that the Nigerian courts, the justice system, is not functional. It doesn't work. It does not work. Binta Nyako must resign, must recuse herself from that position. She does not have the moral standing. She does not have the what it takes to deliver justice. She must step down from that office, as she does not have what it takes to deliver justice. Her husband's name was even part of the names of those who the government are accusing of defrauding the people. She does not have what it takes to serve the interest of the people, and she must recuse herself, because laws in Nigeria are lawless, useless, because of people like her. People like her. The judiciary is designed to target the weak, target the vulnerable, to the amusement of the ruling class, to the amusement of someone like Tinubu, the amusement of someone like Yahaya Bello, who has absolute no regard for the law. Even the ruling class themselves do not have faith in the law they made. The ruling class, those who make the law, your lawmakers, the lawmakers in Nigeria, they do not have faith in the law that they have made. So why should we waste our time trusting in the Nigeria court? Why should we waste our time trusting in the Nigeria court? Now, I want to bring you this news that says suspended Edo lawmakers hired herbalists to place charms in the assembly. This was according to the speaker. I want to bring you this information for you to see the kind of people who are making laws for Nigerians. The laws they have no regards for, they don't even believe in. It says, Blessing Abe Baku, the Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly, has disclosed that the 3 lawmakers that were suspended on Monday were involved in diabolical activities to cause chaos in the House. The Speaker announced the suspension of Donald Okobe, PDP Akoko Edo 2, Bright Eyamo, PDP Ori Homwo South, and Ade Isibo on Monday. Speaking during the plenary, Abebaku accused the lawmakers of trying to change the leadership of the House through diabolical and other nefarious means. The Speaker alleged that the suspended lawmakers brought a spiritualist into the assembly complex and dropped fetish items in the middle of the night. He also claimed that the closed-circuit television CCTV cameras on the assembly premises exposed the spiritualist and the lawmakers who hired him. He said, "They are being influenced to cause chaos in this house by planning to change the leadership of this house. But to God be the glory, they were exposed. They brought in a spiritualist into the Anthony Enna horror complex and dropped fetish items. They brought a herbalist into this house of assembly premises to plant some charms in the compound by 1 a.m. in the morning without knowing that the CCTV cameras will expose their nocturnal act." Now, this is something obtainable in the zoo. This is the kind of reason why they would suspend somebody, a lawmaker in the zoo, that the lawmaker wanted to change leadership of their assembly. Rather than go through the process, I'm just explaining what was written here. Rather than what is written here, rather than go through the process where people with brain cells, functional brain cells, will make decisions and say this person will lead us, this person will not lead us. Rather than them do that, they went to bring a herbalist, to bring somebody who went to the assembly and dropped certain things and made certain incantations so as to cause chaos. I don't understand Nigeria, honestly. And the person saying this is the Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly, accusing others of using diabolical means to oust him. This is the kind of assembly that you have. Tell me people who are engaged in such a conversation. I'm not even saying such activity. I'm saying such conversation, that the assembly is even having such a conversation, goes to show you the kind of brain cells operational in them. For the Speaker of the House of Assembly to be having such a conversation goes to show you the kind of people that you have in that assembly. The kind of people representing Nigerians. There is nothing wrong with people in the assembly trying to bring out, take away or remove their speaker. There is nothing wrong with that. It is called democracy. It is the democratic process. You go through the process. There is nothing wrong with that. But this conversation of of having a spiritualist, a diabolical activities, this is one of the reasons why we are in the mess that we are in. This is what is obtainable in Nigeria. Why Nigeria is in the mess it is. Why Nigeria is in the mess it is. It's because of this. The lawmakers don't even believe in their own law. This is a conversation that they are having. And do you know that in 1929, our women from November to December protested at Aba? Why did they protest? Those who kept record, those who wrote history said that they protested against, they protested for two reasons. One, they said, was because of the, what is it called again? Paternal, this patriarchy, where a man is in charge of a situation. And then this is according to British Reporter, that they protested against that and against the heavy-handedness of the government. Now, it depends on the interpretation. It depends on how you interpret it. They said it was against patriarchy, that is against men dominating against women. And you must understand that in the culture of the Biafran people, women have powers. The powerlessness of women that you see in Nigeria today, that you see in Biafra land today, is as a result of the colonial policy in our land. Is as a result of what these colonialists brought into our land. They brought it in through various ways. They brought it in using religion. They brought it in using the government. They brought it in through several ways. But that is not what I want to bring to you. I want to let you know that in 1929, our women in Aba made it clear to the entire world that the product of colonialism which you have today, which is called Nigeria today, is not sustainable. That was the bottom line of their protest. That it was not sustainable. Today, we have come to the point where we have to beg people to bury their loved ones as soon as they drop dead. Something that was alien to us. Now, the kind of job, the kind of work that we all must put in order to ensure that we have the kind of society that we all want, that we all desire, is something that we must all put to heart, something that we must all hold to our heart, the kind of job that must be done. They said in 1929 that the colonial construct called Nigeria is not sustainable. Everything was wrong with it. That was according to them. And as at then, the British government was directly in charge of Nigeria. They were not ruling Nigeria through black people, through their friends. They said the Fulanis are their friends, because the Fulanis want the same thing that the British want. Because they want the same thing, the annihilation of the people who own the land. And if you pay attention to the reaction of the British government to our women, the Aba women, pay attention to how they reacted. First, they ignored them. They ignored them. You find out that it is no different from what the Nigeria government is doing today. You protest, you complain, you do all manner of things for your own government to solve your own problem, just for attention of your government. They did nothing. They closed their eyes. I am sure this protest, recorded protest, was not the first time these women complained, protested. They were protesting. The British government kept quiet. They pretended like they were not seeing it. The same way they acted then is the same way the Fulani Caliphate, those in charge of Nigeria, is behaving towards Nigerians today. And when they saw that these women from November, they stood at Aba protesting until December, they saw it, they knew these women are committed to whatever they want to achieve. And therefore, once you are committed to whatever you want to achieve, you will get it done. They said, no, something must be done. So they used guns and bullets. The same thing that the Fulani government of Nigeria is doing today is what Britain taught them. When you gather at Lekki Toll Gate, shoot them, kill them all, hide their bodies. It was last year that the governor of Lagos State wrote to somebody who was paid a morgue to keep the dead bodies of those killed at Lekki Toll Gate. Over 100 of them. The same people that were telling you that nobody was killed. The same people that the United American government came and said to you that somebody was killed outside. Oh, one person was shot. The other person, the body was found far away from where the thing was happening. They brought out over 100 bodies so that they would give them mass burial. They killed people's children, took their corpses, hid them for over a year. You see why people in Nigeria think it is okay to leave corpses in mortuaries. You see why this teaching of burying your corpse as soon as the person, within 3 days even. You see why it is not being promoted all over Nigeria. You see why those in the market cannot promote it, those in the bus stations cannot promote it, those in the religious institutions cannot promote it, those in the universities cannot promote it, why the government itself cannot promote it. Anytime you see them burying, it is mass burial. Mass burial. And when you ask how did these people die, you find out that it is at the hands of the government. So mass burial is basically for them to hide the atrocities that they committed. So the British government ordered the state security to open fire on them, proving that colonialism, which Nigeria represents today, has a far-reaching and devastating impact. Today, you can see for yourself that you are still suffering from what happened in 1929. Today, you can still see that you are still suffering from what happened in 1967 to 1970, 1966, 1945, 1914, 1904 when our temple at Arochukwu fell. You are still suffering from the consequences of colonialism. It has a far-reaching and devastating impact. This is why Nigeria, the impact of Nigeria is far-reaching, more than we actually acknowledge. More than we actually acknowledge. The impact of Nigeria on Nigerians, it is far, 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 far worse than we actually imagine. And you can see that it is what is witnessed in Nigeria today. It goes to support how far-reaching the effect of colonialism can be. What is this thing that our mothers saw as a foundational problem of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria as far back as 1929? The same thing that they saw as far back as 1929 that is destroying Nigeria today. What is this thing? They saw the destruction of functional leadership structure. The destruction of functional leadership structure. They saw it happen. They saw it being replaced with an oppressive and dehumanizing structure. Very oppressive and dehumanizing. This oppressive and dehumanizing structure led to an anti-Nigeria policy, and this is what you are witnessing today. This is why the effect of colonialism goes far. It reaches far. In other words, our women told the British government, those that were in charge of their Nigeria in 1929, they told them through their protest that what you have is flawed. It is not sustainable. It cannot be sustained. They told them right from time. Why were they able to identify the flaws in this giant edifice? This so-called edifice? Why were they able to identify this fault as so quickly. They were able to identify it so quickly. Why? It was because one of the reasons that I think it is the most important reason is because these women knew better. See, you cannot say something is sweet until you know what sweet tastes like. If you have never tasted something sweet, how then do you describe another as sweet? If you have not tasted something bitter, how then do you describe something as bitter? You must have experienced something. You must have understood what something is and what it is not. You must understand what something is before you really give it a name. They saw it for what it is. They saw the society that Britain was organizing for exactly what it is, because they had seen better. They had seen a more advanced society than their so-called British civilization. And today, they have been proven right in their judgment. Today, Nigeria is a proof that they were right. That they were right. And today, Nigeria is on the path to self-destruction. Now, let us look at the following news to find out what our mothers saw in 1929 that prompted the protest that lasted from November to December. Let us look at this news. You see all the news I read earlier on, especially the one of Binance, where Binance is accusing Nigeria government of asking for money, for bribery from them. Then the other one where those who make the laws are actually dabbling in fetish, superstitious mumbo jumbo in order to do what their brain cells are supposed to tell them to do, where you people sit and make decisions based on rational thinking. Can this person solve our problem? Is this person supposed to lead? What are they? These are the problems that our mothers saw as far back as 1929. Why? Because they had a functional system, and as soon as they saw the system that the British were implementing, they were wise enough to understand that no, this is way unsustainable. This is not right. We have seen better. We know better. Therefore, we cannot allow this nonsense to keep happening. Now, this says Imo State House of Assembly members challenged. I want you to underline the word challenged. These are Imo State House of Assembly members, those that are making the laws, It says they are challenged to tell Governor Uzodimma to relinquish land commissionership position to a man of integrity from Imo State. Now, let us pay attention to this. The word challenged, which means somebody is asking them to do their job. Imo State House of Assembly. Somebody is asking them to do their job. People in the House of Assembly that are supposed to be making laws are being begged, being pleaded with to see the faults, to see the anti-democratic pronouncements, the policies that are detrimental to the democracy that they themselves are busy creating and molding. They have to be challenged. They have to be asked. They have to be pleaded with for them to do something, to do their job. It says here, legislative members of the Imo State House of Assembly have been urged to press Governor Hope Uzodimma to relinquish his current role as Commissioner for Lands and appoint a person of integrity from the state. Now, Hope Uzodimma announced himself as Commissioner for Lands on top of the responsibility of being the governor of Imo State. Because these people don't do anything. Their job is only to look for the funds and loot funds. Imo State House of Assembly members, what are they doing there? They do not even. The governor of Imo State, was killing people like flies, still killing people like flies. And they did nothing. He rigged himself into position and they did nothing. Those that are making the laws, they did nothing. Today, Hope Uzodinma made himself commissioner for lands and they are still doing nothing. They are still doing nothing. These are things our mothers saw in 1929. This is why on the 30th we must honor these people. These people saw things that 100 years later it is happening right before our eyes. This news says this comes after the governor's announcement during the 2024 Workers' Day celebration in Owerri that he would take on the additional role of Commissioner for Lands. The declaration has stirred debates around the potential concentration of power and possible conflicts of interest. It's commonly considered improper for a sitting governor or president to hold an additional role within the administration due to the risk of over-centralization of authority. This is what Britain taught them. Centralize power in one direction. Do not let power ever go to any other person. That is why Hope Uzodinma said that this power that he has gotten, why would he allow it to slip his hands? Because he has seen himself as powerful. He has seen himself as powerful. Rather than to see the people as powerful, he saw himself as powerful. How can you have a democratic government where your own governor is not even stressed about his responsibility? Rather, he's adding more. And then people are dying every single day. I received a voice note where I was being told that the tiger base in Owerri that has been killing people is even now, they have even opened another branch at Olu. These days, Imo State is not safe. There is no place in Imo State that is safe in the hands of Hope Uzodinma and the House of Assembly, people who are supposed to direct him, who are supposed to even remove him from that office that he did not merit, are there looking and dancing and eating and squandering money. Squandering money that is meant for the people. Now, let me take you to another news. This is from the cable. It says Budge IT to Tinubu, direct IGP to release Daniel Ojukwu. The direct Nigeria government has to be pleaded or bribed. Not even pleading doesn't even work for them. They have to be bribed for them to do the right thing, for them to follow the law. It says here, Ojukwu has been in police custody since May 1 after he was abducted in Lagos. Our people are being abducted every day in Lagos. Our people are being abducted every day in Lagos. And what crime did he commit? It says here the family of the journalist and FIJ management were not aware of his whereabouts until 48 hours after he was declared missing. Now, this man is a journalist and he was abducted by Nigeria government. And they say there is a freedom of speech in Nigeria. The same part that the dead Buhari took, the same part that his mask wearer took. tweeting about committing genocide against people that he considers part of the country. And then when his Twitter account was suspended, they said, okay, let us show you freedom of speech. They took away Twitter from Nigerians. And today you have people who made themselves available for the Nigeria army to use them in order to spread fake news. Fake news. And the problem is that these people do not learn. They don't learn. They do not learn. And they talk about change, how they want the country to be better. How will the country be better when you don't learn? How will the country be better when you are busy lying against people who are innocent? How will the country be better? These are things that our mothers saw as far back as 1929 when the Aba women's protest happened. They saw these things. They saw the illegality of Nigeria. They saw these things. And today, what is happening? Everybody is experiencing what they predicted. Everybody is experiencing what they saw years ago. Years ago. And if you do nothing, what do you think will happen to the next generation, next 100 years, next 20 years? What do you think will happen? What do you think will happen if you do nothing? What do you think will happen if you do nothing? This about women's protest could have only been carried out by those who understood the place of law and order towards the development of any society. It could have only been carried by people who understood law and order, because law and order makes organization easy. When you have law and order in Nigeria, all of these problems you are hearing, this and that and there, will become a thing of the past. Law and order. It makes organizing something becomes easy. Organization becomes easy. To organize Nigeria, to take Nigeria to the height where you can only dream of in heaven, becomes easy and possible. A government that is saying, oh, it is raising people from poverty, is the government that abducted the leader of millions of people. Is a government that abducted a father to so many people, a father to his children, a husband to his wife. At the same time, they are telling you that they want a better life for you. There is no law, there is no order. They disobey their own law. They march upon their own law. They bring disorderliness. And at the same time, they tell you that they are handling insecurity. How can you handle insecurity when you created insecurity? Today, the army have the guts to even pay these fools to write rubbish against ESN. Oh, the army killed how many ESN people? False news. They have that guts to get people write that, because there is no order in Nigeria. If there is order, why would the army kill civilians? Why will the army kill civilians who brought out their life and their time to safeguard their lands? Why will the army kill them? Why? If not for lawlessness, why would Nigeria government be running away from their own court that from behind proscribed a people, a part of the country, a government that proscribed a part of the country? Did Tinubu not tell you that he's coming to feed you with a bread dipped in water? Did he not say that? If you look at how our women in 1929 were able to manage to organize and gather women from all corners of Biafra with ease, and then they managed this protest for 2 months with from November to December with ease, without anybody saying, "Oh, this happened during the protest or that." No, they managed it with ease. Then you will agree with me that they had a more advanced governing system than what the colonialists forced on us. If you see the rate of those religious people call it sin, if you see the rate that sin has increased today, let me use that word, sin, which is simply disobedience, simply means disobedience to the law. That is what sin is, disobedience to the law. If you see the rate that sin has increased, the disobedience to the law has increased, then you ask yourself, the system that was operational before that did not have such, and the one that have such, that you can see that since it came, things hasn't been right, which one is better? They had a more advanced governing system than one the colonialists forced on them, and they resisted. It shows that their system was more advanced than even Nigeria is 100 years after. Today, they organized properly without any issues. Despite the levels of innovation in the world today, Nigeria is not even close to how their system was developed. So I thought that today we must acknowledge these brave women who saw the future. And not only did they see the future, they were brave enough to stand up when it mattered. Brave enough to stand up when it mattered. We must give these women kudos, who 100 years ago foresaw the mess Nigeria is in today. We must give them kudos. And then, before I open up the line, let me bring you this news from EEDC. This is EEDC addresses misinformation, allegations against company, affirms commitment to customers. I read this and I thought to myself, are they defending EEDC or are they defending what's his name, the owner of EEDC? That was the question I asked myself. Are they defending EEDC or are they defending Emeka Ofo? They did not end. Imagine a company that is supposed to be a separate entity, that is supposed to stand up for itself. It made sure that it made provision in a place to defend Emeka Ofo. Emeka Ofo could not defend himself. Is that what they are saying? When you read through their destiny, it's actually quite through their release. They are addressing the customers. It's quite pathetic, honestly. How do you even write? I just want to pick just the first. Let me not even read all of it because I'm sure you go through it but just the first paragraph. It says the attention of the Enugu Electricity Distribution Company PLC (EEDC) has been drawn to a publication which has been trending across the social media, loaded with false and unfounded information, all in a bid to smear the reputation of EEDC and pit its esteemed customers against the organization. Now, let me ask something. Is it not clear that EEDC is not delivering power to the people? Is it not the fact of the matter? EEDC, even in this address, confirmed that this is a statement of fact, that they do not distribute enough electricity to the people. They accepted it here, but look at this first paragraph I read where they said that it is loaded with false and unfounded information, and it is in a bid to smear the reputation of EEDC. So you tell the truth about what is happening, and EEDC says it is to smear the reputation. And then they called you the esteemed customers. Now, let us ask EEDC, what did they do to these people for them to be their esteemed? Is it not the same people that are calling and saying that EEDC has failed? Is it not the same? So just these 2 points makes the whole thing that they wrote, it just rubbishes it. It says here, considering the weighty allegations, misleading information, and falsehood contained in this publication, we are compelled to react and set the record straight in the interest of our esteemed customers whom we have committed to serve. How are they serving you? By giving you 2 minutes of power supply. Is that how they are serving you? Is that how EEDC is serving you? Is that how they are serving? It says here, it even goes on to tell you their responsibility in electricity value chain. Okay, let me open up the line so that we can be part of this conversation. While I wait for you to call in, I'm going to read the next line of information that they have here. Let us just see what they are talking about. The number to call is +27 78 064 5457. I repeat, +27 78 064 5457, and you'll be part of this conversation this morning. Now let me read the second paragraph of what EEDC wrote. They said, under responsibility of EEDC in the electricity value chain, they said EEDC is a distribution company with license only to distribute electricity. Only to distribute electricity. Okay. I have a caller on the line. Mazi Chukwimano, please welcome to the show. Introduce yourself and your opinion. Ndewo Mazi.
Good morning, Mazi Mbanali.
Good morning, sir.
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. My name is Chukwimano, and I'm speaking from my location. Thank you once again, as always. I greet my leader, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who set up this platform to expose so many evil that was hidden under the roof of heaven. I greet you once again. Yes, your topic this morning, I don't know where to start. Let me start from a call for the last one. And those people who are writing to defend the criminal, the most wicked people, one of them in Igbo land. You see one thing in black race. Black race is almost a disgrace to the whole world, and the foundation is Nigeria. A people who cannot think to reason like other races in the whole world. A people who are defending wrong, right, in their eyes. That is black people for you. How can somebody coming up to defend Emekofo, defending Nigeria in the name of electricity, which was the worst thing that happened to Nigeria? And somebody will come and write to put himself right. That is Nigeria for you. I was afraid of a black man. If a black man cannot reason for learning from Nnamdi Kanu and Radio Biafra by now. So forget about black people on earth. They are disgraced. They are not human beings. Now you talk about Hope Uzodinma. After being a criminal in Imo State in the name of governor, it's not enough for him. He wants to take a land to be a land commissioner so that he will have all the whole time to sell Imo State wholesale to Fulanis. All these things that is Hope Uzodinma is playing is something that he has agreed with Fulani to do in Imo State, including some other partners, other so-called governors like Enugu, Peter Amba, and all of that. Each time when I come to think about black people, I become afraid what is going to be the end of black race. People who are wicked to the extent they don't remember that they will die one day. Because if anybody cannot remember that one day he will die, what will happen when he dies? Those words that is drawing left and right, calculating everything, putting in his pocket, that one day he will leave it. If anybody cannot remember death, forget about that very person. Because the English people said death is inevitable. And that is the end of every human being. And that is the attack that must be done. And that was the highest thing that God has made. That is very, very good. Because without death, I don't know what will happen to a black race by their wickedness to themselves. Sometimes there was a time you read a letter from the Russian president, Putin, that black people are a problem of themselves. They hate themselves. They don't want their people to see the light of the day. Do you know that this radio that Nnamdi Kanu set up is narrow escape? Is a narrow escape to black people. Because this radio is international radio, which you cannot see any other place.
1 minute, sir.
In black race. Eh?
1 minute. 1 minute, sir. Please round up, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this radio, if not to read this radio Biafra, if not to Nnamdi Kanu, if not to read this radio, forget about black people. Because they are evil in their nature of reason and thinking. Look at Mwike, what Fulani setting up in Abuja to destroy his people. But let me tell Mwike, yes, Mwike, you will be disgraced by Fulani. And that time, you will be crying, nobody will help you. Because you forget that you will die. All of you, one day, all of you will leave this earth. And all those money that we are grabbing left and right, you will leave it and die. My leader, I get our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, the man who made this platform to expose so many things. I greet him. I greet DOS and those who are human beings in nature, because there are only few people in this world that are human beings, especially in a black race. They are evil in their own people. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, all the good listeners. Will be the strength of all the good ones. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mazi. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Okay. He said the problem we are having is ourselves, and it is us that will solve this problem. It is us that will solve this. Is it's a statement of fact. It is a statement of fact. I have been okay. Let me bring this caller to you guys. Mazi Desmond, ụtụtụ ọma. Ndewo nwa Chineke. Makwara gị mma. Morning to you. Please go ahead.
Yes, I'm so happy to get you online this morning, and I want to say, Mazi Sochima Mbanali, to you specially, I thank you for standing on the gap for me while I was away. Chukwabiyama continue to bless and strengthen you. Thank you very much, Machineke. And I want to say good morning to Biafrans, IPOB family, all over the world, and our great leader, His Excellency Mazi Nnamdi Okuchukwu Kanu. Chukwabiyama will continue to bless, strengthen, and be with you. And you will lead us into Biafra and even beyond the sea. It is not easy, Mazi Sochima Mbanali, because like analysis was saying this morning, Chukwabiyama brought our leader and used him to create IPOB to stand in the gap in this time for our people. Because if not for IPOB, I don't know what will be, I don't know what our story will be like today. I don't know what our story will be like today, but we thank Chukwabiyama. Because even despite all the efforts, struggles, and fight of our leader, IPOB, DOS, ESN, and everybody, you see the situation we are in it. Then talk more of when there was no resistance at all, of this massacre, killing, and attempt to take over our land by these British and Fulani people. So we thank Chukwabiyama because we are going to continue. Master Sochima, I want to just say something about this EEDC that you talked about, because our women protest 1929 is clear, because it is the same, this thing they are saying now, that it was the same thing that Fulani is doing in our land today, raping, causing havoc. That was the same thing the British were doing then that made our women to protest. And you can see the way they responded. I say they are responding today. But let me come back to EEDC. This letter you say some people write. It's not some people that wrote to. It's the same EEDC, the same Emeka Ofo will go and plan his gang. So we will not. This time we will be all their gimmicks and their games will continue to expose it. Nobody is right. Who my brother? I was in Biafra. Who will come? Who is a sensible person that will come? Whether anywhere in the world or even in Biafra land, that will come and say it's writing to defend EEDC. What they are doing in our land, the way they extort our people, they don't give light. These people, when you only see that light 1 hour towards the month end. When they want to start bringing bill, then they will give that light 1 hour. That 1 hour, they will be dimming it. 30 minutes, it will go dim. It cannot. Up again, it will go up again. It can burn your electronics if you don't have anything like that, or light step down or light control device. It will destroy your house. That is the only time they bring light for 1 hour during month end. That is when they want to start sharing a bill and when they want to collect. That's what they do to our people. It's not that the people even see the light for 2 hours. I said, if you start for 1 hour, or even if you start 1 hour, this is what I experienced. It's not somebody told me. For all the whole time I stayed in Biafra land, EEDC. This is the most evil that is happening to our people now. This EEDC. And somebody, it is the same Emeka Ofo and his people that are writing, And that is why I say sometimes, we call that Chukwuma Soludo last time on how he tried to use EEDC to bring light to people. He knows they will not work. Now, I wonder why Governor Alex Soti, because some time ago, I saw a news where he was trying to say he enter agreement with EEDC to do this. I don't understand. He has brought geometric. Why not bring geometric to Umuahia, to other places in that his own state? Why is he still using the same EEDC that is causing problem? And they told him that in the next 2 years, that they will do it. They are 2 years. To do what? After how many years? Our people are suffering the heat. The kind of heat hidden. The kind of heat hidden. You see everybody with his energies. Everybody has it. I came back with my own just the dry now. Came just like because everybody is a little bit cold. Everybody have heat rashes in Biafra land, except if your body it doesn't react to that, to heat much like that. Everybody has it. Go to and see our people with heat rashes. So what is somebody coming to say? It is the same Emeka that is still writing, trying to use other people, other companies. They will just create companies. Is it hard for them? It's not hard now. These are corrupt people. These are the people that spoil the state. So nobody should listen to that in those people are writing. If our people can only cooperate and just bear it, nobody should pay 1 naira to EEDC. I'm telling you, this is the best approach to use on these people. If our people in Biafra land can cooperate, all the whole area that EEDC supply light, from Enugu to Umaya to Anambra, nobody should pay. Once they come and you see it is EEDC, nobody should pay 1 naira to them. Let them hold their light. Let us hold our money. And with time, we will not go and shut down any power plant that belong to EEDC in Biafra land. That is only the way to chase out these idiots. Because if not so, they will continue. Our people must rise up. All this nonsense has to stop in our land. We are talking about economical strangulation, Fulani influx in our land, Fulani invasion, and EEDC is a very, very big problem. A very, very big problem. And we must resolve it because it has fallen on us and we must resolve it. Now, Mazi, let me talk about this Fulani influx in our land. Yesterday I was talking with a brother who also just came back from Biafra land. And he was explaining one or two to me. There is a particular place, I forgot the name of that because somewhere in Imo State, that area, when our people, there was a time our people were in that area during culture time. They were doing all these menial jobs, surviving to feed their families, our own people. That time, there was a lot of tax. Government will come and tax them. This one will come and tax them. Everybody will come and tax them. And at the end of the day, Rochas Okrocha destroyed that place. Today now, it is Fulani that has taken over all the place. I'm forgetting the name of that place. Oh my God. In Imo State, Fulani has taken over everywhere there. Now, they are not, no building, they just sleep there and do their thing, do all this rubbish they do, shoemaker, all these things them. And even those things our people are doing that time, they are doing now. No taxation, no government is taxing them. Nobody is coming, no tax force is coming to disturb them. And government is not billing them. Government has not come to destroy or ask them to pay rent or to do anything. Do you see that the influx of Fulani in our land is being supported even by our own state governors? They even destroy our people's business, tax our people to get them out of business for Fulani to come in. Do you see what it is happening? And you see now in Biafra land now, Fulani has circulated everywhere. Fulani has circulated everywhere. But we will not continue to talk it. We are going to continue to talk about the solution. This, my suggestion is that we will start IPOB leadership because it has to come from the leadership. We'll be writing to every community, Igwes, and every community in Biafra land to be giving account of Fulani in their land. Let it not be, we are not saying they should pursue Fulani, but if Fulani come, let them know what he's doing, where he stays. Not this one that they will come and they will gather themselves in one mosque. They will pack weapon and food for them in that mosque in case of anything when they want to strike or when they will go and do it and they will hide. And no, our people cannot even access that mosque. Our people, no, you go to north, no Biafra is living in any church. No Biafra. And every church, the government or the people of the north want to access, they go in and they check it. Our people will have the right to go to every mosque in Biafra land and be searching it. The community, any mosque in Biafra land, the community that mosque is, the community people will have the right to that mosque anytime they feel any threat or they feel anything indiscriminate, come there in the night. They will go there and they will search it, the mosque. You understand now? Fulani cannot come to a land that our people cannot access. This cannot happen. So we have to write to the leadership. We have to be writing to community leaders, Igwes, PGs, youth leaders of markets, of communities, of villages in Biafra land. We want to know how many Fulani you have in your place. We want to know how many you have. We want to know what they are doing. We want to know where they are living. My brother, here that I am in Italy, if you ask Italy government, they will tell you where I am right now. They will tell you the job I'm doing. They will tell you how much I'm earning. They will tell you everything about me. I am not hidden. Because when I came, I declared myself, they saw me, they welcomed me, they allowed me to stay here. So that's the way it should function in Biafra land. That is the way it should function in every society that want to live and that want the security of their people. Because if Italy allow me to enter here and bring all my people from everywhere, go to my village and pack youths, but one day they will start attacking their ladies. It will be a security threat to them, and that is what is going on in our land, and that is what we are going to do. And we want to know the movement and what every Fulani in Biafra land is doing. Anyone who don't know what he or she is doing, even the one that push wheelbarrow, even the one that do shoemaker, we want to know where he's living. We want to know how many people, how many house, the house they occupy, how many people that stays there, and we want to know the activities that happen in their mosques. Everything we want to know. This is the thing we are going to write to the court. We are not chasing them away. Anyone who is not found worthy to be in Biafra land should go back to the north. In this place where I am, if you are not found worthy to be here, they will send you back to where you come from. That's the way it should be. Fulani is a security threat to our people. You know, they came in, their work is, when they send them, you know, these people that buy this Okada for them, buy all these things for them, they tell them anything you can do to destroy the land, just be doing. Anything to destroy land. That's why they don't have house. That's why all of them, they lump themselves in one area. In the morning you see them scatter all over the city. Those that are doing Okada, they will be going into your villages trying to know the look. Like your own city, like your own place. Fulani knows it. You understand now? So this cannot continue. We have to know their movement. We will write to communities, leaders, they have to give account. And anyone who refuse, who say they give him money and cow to bringing them to the, then if you say you are Igbo, you have the right. You have the right in your own family. You take them, you bring them into your own compound. They stay with you in that your compound, not in your community, not in your village, in your own compound. Because you cannot bring a threat to our people and will allow it. Because when they will strike, they will not want to hurt you or touch you because they know you are their eye. So that is what we are saying. So this is what we are going to do, Mass. It's a suggestion to our leadership. We cannot allow this to continue to happen. Our people, our people are not, because you know the economic strangulation, the hardship in our land, our people are not even taking recognizance of this danger of these people. Our people are just, they are free. They think these people come with good heart and make this easy for them or cheap for them. They don't know these people have agenda. So we have to, it is only IPOB. It is only with diaspora that can do this. And that is my suggestion. Then lastly, I want to encourage every Biafran. If you Biafran anywhere you are in the world and you are not supporting ESN, know ye that you are not helping your people at home. You are not helping the suffering of our people. You don't want our people to be free. We have to support ESN financially. It's very, very important. Anywhere you are, give your support to ESN. Support through the right channel. IPOB units, IPOB zones are there. You go there, you verify, you support, or you go to our website, www.ipob.org. And the website will be directing you on the steps to take to pay with your card or your PayPal or whatever you want to pay with, you know, or any other means that's approved by HODDOS in form of fundraising. Because you know our fundraising, you know our flyers, when you see it, you know the original one, you pay, you go there and you support also. We need to continue to defend the land of Biafra. Our mothers must be able to go to farm and come back alive. Our people must live free in our land. These people will just come, they will bring something, any small space, they have not there. Before you know, they start to expand, they start to occupy, they start to expand, they start to occupy. They don't pay for nothing, they don't do anything. There must be accounts. Since we are in the Nigeria, they say it's Nigeria. For now that we're in Nigeria, we are not saying, we are not taking, we are not, we are saying we want them to be accounted for. At least every reasonable human being will agree to it. Because even our people in Europe, they are accounted, despite our people are paying rent, building houses are still destroyed. Our business are still destroyed. Top of Fulani that's not penetrating our land, being a danger, killing and destroying our land. This is the time that we must rise up. Every Biafran must come to support what IPOB, DOS, and our leader is doing for us to be free. And our leader must be released unconditionally as decided and acquitted by the own appeal court. Bita Nyako should step down of that case because that case, thank you very much, Mazi Sochima Banana. Let me bless you from here.
Thank you very much, Mazi. I appreciate your contribution. Thank you, as always. Okay, I have a caller on the line. Let me see why this. Okay, Mazi Asogwa Ututoma Ndewo Nwa Chineke. Please go ahead, introduce yourself and your opinion.
Ututoma Mazi Sochima Mbanali. Greetings to all Biafrans and greetings to our leader, Mazin Nnamdi Oguchukwu. I greet everyone. I pray that Chukwuka will continue giving him strength until he come out victoriously in the name of Chukwuka. I pray. Mazi, my name is Mazi Onyemechi from Soka province of Biafra land, and I have to make contribution on one thing that is disturbing and the news that came up from your analysis about and it's about the governors in our land, because mostly the governor of Imo, Enugu, and Anambra State, they have concluded plans to bring to make Fulani comfortable in our land by the kind of laws they are putting to make Fulani comfortable in our land. How could you tell me that from Imo State, the governor of Imo State made a law and put himself as a commissioner for land in the state? It means that whatever that he wants to do with the Fulani to give them the comfortability in the land, there will be no kind of argument on that, because he is in charge of the land in the state. And the one that is bothering me most is the thing that happened in Enugu State House of Assembly on Tuesday. That was 2 days ago. The Enugu State House of Assembly, they presented a bill. They presented a bill about ranching in the state. Despite all the kind of kicking out of Fulani in the land of that there shall be no ranching, there shall be no ruga in the land, then they brought a bill. They passed the first reading, passed the second reading, and still signed the bill into law, the third reading, and sign it into law, even the same day. For you to see the kind of mindset that these people have, they want to just make everything so fast to put the thing in the law in the state, and they have passed the bill and entered it into law. That in the Enugu State, they have passed bill into law by making ranching a bill in the law in the state. So, and with this, it will still be causing a crisis in the community, in the land, because the Fulani will be flowing into the land, in the border. All these things are happening in Luzowan, in the Hamufu, in other part of all these places that are where our people are farming. So all these things is the thing that they are doing, and they know all this. That is why they are forcing this kind of harsh laws into our land to make Fulani comfortable. But whatever they are doing, they should know that visitors, those Fulani, they are visitors in our land. They can never win us, and we must stand strong and resist them. So that is what I want to put in this morning, because it has been disturbing me since that Tuesday, and the opportunity to get you, I have not gotten you then. Sochima, Mbanali, thank you for the good work we are doing.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much, Mazi. I appreciate your contribution. Thank you very much, Mazi Onyemechi. It is quite appalling, actually. If you look at what is happening in our land, it's quite appalling. Excuse me, let me do. If you look at what is happening in our land, it is quite appalling. Enugu State Governor made sure that the law was passed to enable the government to prepare land and hand over to Fulani in the name of ranching. In the name of ranching. He made sure, this thing he's been fighting for, he made sure that they passed it in their law, in their House of Assembly. And it goes back to what I said earlier on about even the governors not knowing their job and not doing their job. Those in the House of Assembly not knowing their job, not doing their job. They don't see their job as a responsibility to the people. They see it as a responsibility to Britain, as a responsibility to the Fulanis, as a responsibility only to themselves. They do not see these people as part and parcel of their responsibility. It is quite sad. And measures should be taken by our people. Our people must rise up and confront this. Especially our people must rise up and confront this. Not just those in Enugu, but our people. Every Biafran must rise up and condemn this. This is very, very bad. I have a caller on the line, Mazi Okechukwu. Mazi Okechukwu, ndewo.
Mazi Mbanali nwanne m nwoke, Chukwu okike abịama, the owner of life and death, the creator of night and the morning, bless you. The identity of we, the Biafrans, the ancient race, bless you. And our land cannot be used for cattle rearing for Fulani herdsmen. No portion of Biafra land, both our river line area and our land, the upland, none of it will be taken by any human race on this earth. It is our own. And the Fulani Janja, we respect yourself. My name is Okesheshka. I come from Aba. I be one for Mawa in Olu province, Biafra land. Ozademba. We are Ozademba your agent they use. Ozademba test Mawa as a cattle breed. Idiot. Mazin Banal, they are not going anywhere. All these leaders that have made Biafra restoration to be more difficult for us, they are not going anywhere. There will be no mess. All of us will perish our life for our. Then the chicken does the nail let any kind of no spirit in heaven, no spirit on earth, no spirit in the land of the dead, no creation of Okike. Abiyama can stop his children from coming back home. And then the chicken does maybe saying Numbers chapter 22. Numbers chapter 23 and last three, Numbers chapter 24. The king of Moab sends for Balaam. And the Balaam and his donkey, Balak welcomes Balaam. Who is that a prophecy? Who is that prophet that can decree that Biafra will not be restored? Come out! It's a challenge. Even Pope don't even know what is happening. Biafra restoration now about Pope Arenanya. Yana Kiro to Muchineke Shalaga. Then the chicken does a I have been instructed to bless, and when God bless, I cannot call it back. The nation of Biafra is like a mighty lion. When it is sleeping, no one dares wake it up. Whoever blesses Biafra will be blessed, and whoever curses Biafra will be caught. God, Biafra, Israel are independent. Now, cool nations around them to be free. And we will be Biafra, Israel. Watch how we are going to be free. We are even in Israel. Don't to support any nation. So then we, the Biafra people, that even try it, that even dream about it. Just to protect that territory. We will be Biafrans. We are competent and more than formidable to shake the world. But we to occupy this center of the world. We are Biafrans yesterday. We are Biafrans today. And we continue to remain Biafrans forever because, okay, Sheshka, one day we leave this earth and go inside 6 feet. And as we come out, and we have come, and when we leave, people that are coming will pray for us to live. Because no nation will take it away from them again. Nonsense, God. Not actually, that's what watching a Mazin Banana. On a man film Nanya. Total history, be on a Bible. Adam and Eve, Abaka, all came and work away and work. That prono. Dirty. Asian, I who came up for time for the camera. Oh, my, you know, I am a fire. Bring your children back. That love you have to carry your children in the womb. That love you have to give your children bread. Are you not the people that born woman and the man? Why not restore your land back? Oh, my wala. Oh, my wala. O could have been with the wine home. I like your bed. Take your land back. You go to Canada on Uber. Mammy want a mammy chair. Eh? Oh, she can't be alone. I can't about the galley. Now we don't want you to now we see. But you cannot even go now, can go mark again. Oh, but I'm a son, my back, so put an I'm knocking a boom. Master Baladia, put out your Oh, that's what your man goes in on. Don't know the Canada to it quick at the Socotele. I'll quite a bit of being more. But the time I'm going to you will now so they go just to be free. Why you don't want to be free? Uncle, DJ Roman, Rama and Gigi. Live on a pit of Babylon, the election to defend that state. Oh, and their position election to work this silently. Well, Tampico. Because of this singer, I know, imagine Mbanali, the joke, I'm not ready to handle and I want her. Cassan FM and Guyana came 1 week after the equal. But I'll just can't get a pair. But I yes, you got to election, you got to election. Let me tell you now, before the whole world, you see NCC. Any money you use them and get from other state, let them hand it over to you. We are watching everything. Yes, it's come and do your job in other state. Can't do your job now. Yes, it's can't do your job. Can we take it with Abuja? A other state. A will go Mabukono. Election. What a shiny that I go. And a guy dealer, Mamma work a shake and run about town. Women to attack, but it's a catch it. Then I see when I need you. And it's airport at the state. You must set to an airport. Get a zero position in so to put up. But I because what's a cash election is the governor of the state. This is his own time to do. Get back and do river state to people in water. Follow food, follow family. That's it. I believe in politics. I know Biafra, but I know last button. Biafra to come. Nonsense. I have France.
Biafra, thank you very much. This is not politics. I have Hime politics. Let me take the last caller. Caller, you'll be the last person to call in for today. Please go ahead in 3 minutes. Yourself and yes, introduce yourself and your
Okay, Mazi, good morning. Mazi Chisom Mbanali, good morning. My name is Mazi Kenneth. I salute you. Good morning, special. I greet my able leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okuchukwu, the man who made it possible for today. We are talking in this radio platform, preaching the gospel for our brothers and sisters to change and to repent, to hear the good gospel, not by listening to all the fake medias in the world. This is only where you can hear the truth. And I believe that Biafrans will all equip ourselves and make sure that we will stand firm, because information is the key. Information is knowledge. And here it is where we learn. Anyone who is not listening to Radio Biafra, you are wasting your time watching all the useless media in the whole world. Here you will learn all the things you did not learn from school. Here you will learn it and you will know it. And I appreciate all the leadership of this movement, of this great movement, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it possible for us today to know whom we are, to go back to our roots. May God Almighty Chukwu Okeabiama bless our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and bless the leadership of this movement, and all the IPOB members and Biafrans worldwide, those are working as seriously for the truth, not to sabotage this struggle. May Ekekere Chukwu Okeabiama bless you all for your good work. Mazi, I did not listen to your analysis this morning, but I just want to say this to Biafrans. We have to remain strong. And the leadership, I appreciate the DOS, because they are the people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put in place before he was kidnapped from Kenya to Nigeria. I appreciate them for the good work they are doing. Those that they did not back down for this struggle, back down for the enemies, and they remain stand still to wait for the leadership, to wait for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I say, may God Almighty bless you all for the good work you are doing. And all the saboteurs that they believe that they will go and sabotage this struggle and kill our innocent brothers and sisters. Believe you me, one day you will kill and kill. One day that people will kill you back. And your dates are your generation. Those that are doing good to our people, all their children, all their families members, we have to put them in the book of Biafra. Because when Biafra come today, they will pay with their children. They will pay with their, because the innocent people that they are killing in Biafra land today, it is obvious. It is very bad. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come to take us from the darkness where we call Nigeria to the better country where you will live fine, and your generation, you think that you are doing this to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you think that you are doing this to Biafrans. Biafrans already established before Nigerian name was mentioned. Why are you so afraid? The people of Urobo, Ishekiri, Igbos, Izong, Ogoja, Ogoni, Abriba, or Hafia, all the eastern region made of Biafrans. Let's wake up and fight for the nation of Biafra. Don't be afraid. Speak Biafra all the time. Wherever you find yourself and friends, speak about Biafra. Let the people of the world know whom you are, where you come from. In the eastern part of so-called Nigeria, where the Britain creates the stupid place called Nigeria. It's a market for all the Britain. Tell them where you come from. Tell them your ancestors, where they come from. Don't be afraid. Don't stand in the front of your enemies. Tell them the truth. And our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, no matter whatever the enemies they are doing, we know they are trying to kill Nnamdi Kanu so that this Alo platform, this dream will not come true. But God Almighty that sent him come, he will live to lead us into Biafra land. And all the Fulani terrorists coming into our land, those that are welcoming them, the Johanneses, the Igwes, the chiefs, all the religious men, the pastors, everybody who they are calling the Fulani to come and take over our land and backyard. Believe you me, you and your generation, you will pay for it. Because Biafra is not where Fulani want to come and live.
Thank you.
Why do you want to occupy our land for Fulani people to come and kill us, as they are killing from 1945 to 1967 to 70 up to today? Biafran is the one they are using to sacrifice for Nigeria. Our property has been destroyed. We go to Eastern region, excursion every day and night for the help of the useless politicians in the Eastern region. They are the one causing confusion in our midst. They are the one killing our brothers and sisters. And I believe their blood that is flowing in them is blood of Fulani and terrorists. That is why they are killing the innocent citizens of Biafrans. Because they believe that when they give their land to Islam, and the Islam will come and welcome them. Believe you me, you would also die with that Islam. And we did not welcome Islam in Biafra land. They should stop building their mosques in Biafra land. These their mosques that they are building, they are equipping themselves, keeping ammunition in the mosques, so that when the time reach, they will use it against us in the city, in the villages. And the terrorists in the bush, the Fulani terrorists in the bush, they are against us. So our people will have to wake up. We should stop giving our land to these Fulani terrorists to come and do their jihadist work in Biafra land. Thank you so much, Mercy, and God bless Biafrans all over the world. And bless our leader and bless the leadership. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi. I appreciate you. Thank you for your contribution this morning. And to every Biafran who has been part of this program, every single person, whether Biafran or not, that has been part of this program, I say thank you very much. Remember that this program runs every morning from 5 until 7 Biafra time. Do make it a date tomorrow to join us. Do not forget, this is 102.1 FM Radio Biafra. Make sure that everybody around you understands that this is where to get enlightenment. Thank you, and do have a wonderful, wonderful day. Ndewo no Chineke.